Good morning, Year 5. Today is lesson 20 of our series of fractions lessons. And today, once again, we're going to be multiplying unit fractions by integers. Yesterday, we started to look at this type of problem. And the ones we looked at were fairly simple because all the answers came to less than one whole. So we ended up with a proper fraction as an answer. Today, we're going to be looking at multiplying unit fractions by whole numbers again. But we're going to end up creating larger fractions. In fact, we're going to end up originally creating improper fractions, which we'll then have to convert to mixed number, and if necessary, we will have to simplify them down as well. The strategies we're going to use today are going to be exactly the same as the ones we used yesterday. The only difference is that we end up with an improper fraction, which we have to turn into a mixed number. So I provided this video today and the PowerPoint, and I'm going to go through the examples I've got on the PowerPoint so that you understand how to solve today's problems. So the first problem could be 1/3 multiplied by 5. So here, once again, our denominators won't change. We are splitting our whole into 3 parts still, but we're going to have 5 parts, so the numerator will change. If we're going to do repeated addition for our fraction problem, we just write out our fractions 5 times. 1/3 plus 1/3. And keep going. And then remember, when we solve, denominator stays the same. Add up our numerators, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 5/3. That's an improper fraction. We know this because the numerator is larger than the denominator. I must now convert this to a mixed number fraction where I have whole numbers and proper fractions. I know 3 divides into 5 one whole time, with 2/3 remaining, and I cannot simplify that down anymore. So that's solving this problem using repeated addition. We can also solve it using our visual method, so drawing our bars. So to begin with, we draw, and you will use a ruler, our bar. We're splitting this into 3 parts, and we can label as well. But as you will see, I only have 1, 2, 3/3. So I need to draw another bar, and I will draw the whole bar again. It will be exactly the same size, same length as this one. Split up into the same sizes as well. And to visually represent this, I need to shade in 5 1/3 parts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we can see here that I have 5/3, which I now know I can simplify down to 1 2/3. So that's one example of how to try and solve this kind of problem. So here I have another problem. This time it's 1/4 times 6. We follow the same strategies we used in our previous example. We're going to use repeated addition first. I know that my denominator will stay the same, so I'm going to add up using repeated addition 6 1/4. Just double check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. When we solve this, our denominator stays the same. Numerator is the only number that changes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6/4. That's an improper fraction. I convert it. I know 4 divides into 6 one whole time, and there is 2/4 left. The 2 divides into both of these numbers, so therefore I can simplify this down to 1 and 1/2. If I was to visually represent this, I would draw my bar. I would split it into 4 equal parts. You will use a ruler to do this. The good idea is on your sheets of paper, draw and maybe make each square 1 centimeter long. Therefore, it's going to be exactly the same. So this on your sheet would be, if I was using 1 centimeter, would be 4 centimeters long. Each of these is 1/4. But you'll notice I've only got, remember I want 6 1/4, so I've only got 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I need to draw another hole again. It will be exactly the same length. Split into the 4 parts. And I know I want 6 quarters, and I can visually show 6 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And this is equal to, remember, it's just the numerators we're interested in, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And the denominator stays the same. We need to find a mix to convert this into a mixed number. 4 divides into 6, 1 whole, 2 quarters, and we simplify that down to 1 and 1 half, because 2 divides into both 2 and 4. Okay guys, I'd like you to have a go at this one now. So you'll pause the video here, solve it either using repeated addition, or you can do the visual, or in fact if you wish you can do both. It would be good practice if you did both. Solve 7 multiplied by 1/5. Remember, it doesn't matter how I write or present my number sentence, whether it's 1/5 times 7 or 7 times 1/5, we will come to the same answer. Okay, so hopefully when you solve this independently, using repeated addition, you realize that you need to add, using repeated addition, 1/5 7 times. Oops, excuse me. 5, 6, and last one. Let's just triple check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So when I solve this, my denominator stays the same. Count up my numerator. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7/5. Improper fraction. Numerator is larger than the denominator. Simplify it down to a mixed number. So 5 goes into 7 1 whole time, and I have 2/5 remaining. I cannot simplify that down anymore. I could have visually represented this. So I would have drawn a fraction strip or a bar, and then split it into 5 equal parts, this bar. You guys will probably do a much better job than me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Each of these parts is a 1/5, because I've split my whole into 5 equal parts. But I need 7/5, so I need to draw the same again. You use a ruler, make sure it's nice and neat. So again, label, just helps you to visualize process. And then you can shade in. You need 7 of these 5ths. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You can then work it out. I've got, just by looking at the numerator, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7/5, and simplify this down to a mixed number, which is 1 and 2/5. If you got that right today, well done guys. Just so you know, the reason we're doing this strategy and we're starting off with these nice simple ones is that starting in the next few lessons, we're going to look at numbers that are fractions that aren't just simple unit fractions. We're going to look at proper fractions and how to use repeat addition to solve those problems. For today guys, I have put problems on today's sheet, and there is also some challenge questions as well that you will find on the PowerPoint. Best of luck today guys. See you tomorrow.